than 300 points. That's impossible. Who's Mad Max?
Better than you.
It's Max.
Max. All aboard, Max.
Hello everybody, there is currently a heat wave in Toronto. I already said I'm letting go, which I did. I let go, which is why the blessings are fucking coming. I already forgave people, even if they didn't apologize, even if they did apologize. And I just keep things real simple now, okay? I grew so much that I don't even want to have a conversation about it. It's done, right? Why would I give anybody any clarity when they never gave me clarity at all? Does that even sound like a fair trade? Does that even sound like a fair trade? It is what it is. Also, a lot of people just be saying my story like they know it. So why the fuck can't I finally start talking about my damn story? If you want to know my damn story, here's the fucking source. Come to the source, because I will give you the real. I will give you the real, okay? All of y'all been hearing the fake. Why are you listening to the fake? Why are you not coming to the source? The source is right here. Come to the source. Figure it out yourself. If you want to be that nosy, that damn bad. It's like, why do you even care? But it seems like people care. So you know what? Y'all want to know a thing or two? Okay, I'll start showing y'all a little bit of vulnerability. I was trying to save people's asses too by just not talking about shit, but they're already talking about me. They're already talking about me. So I'm gonna talk about me. The fuck? I'm still not talking about you. I'm still talking about me. That's crazy. Not sharing your personal experiences. Just your experience with me is also my experience. So I'll do the math. So today I was just feeling real good. You know what I mean? Like I have been feeling my energy again. My parents, like I have had a lot of vulnerable conversations with them too. They're opening up about like their past. I really appreciate that. I really like to know where the fuck I came from and their little story too, because obviously I'm not just about myself. Listen, you're on my channel, so of course everything you hear is about me, but in real life I'm talking to people about other things they got going on too. Not just me, but we're online now, okay? This is about me because this is my channel and this is the only experience that I can speak from. My own experience. I went to get some food for them because I'm like, damn, they be working hard. And I know I be saying like, oh yeah, I be feeling misunderstood, which that was true. But I would just say this. My parents have done so much for me, like financially too, like just having a roof over my head, just really like grinding. So of course they didn't have that much time to be around when all the freaking bullshit started happening to me when I was younger too. And I mean, just talking to them about their childhood really puts it in perspective for me. Like they never had time to even care about their own feelings. I already knew this before, but even more so now. So that's why I always have a little bit of grace, you know, try to be understanding, but at the same time not neglect my own feelings, you know. So yeah, I want to do something nice for them. I do nice things for my parents regardless. Make sure that they feel loved regardless of how I feel. And that's just who I am, right? Like, I'm not trying to make somebody feel some type of way. At the end of the day, I know that people act through their trauma, their insecurities, and whatever. Listen, there was a reset button that hit after I got healed, right? So I'm like, okay, everybody gets a fresh start. Boom. Because I don't like misunderstanding people, right? But we're grown now. So I already told people, I already warned people. This is why it's so crazy to me. I already warned people, hey, listen, I'm not tolerating certain things anymore. We're grown. If I keep seeing a constant pattern, and that's where you're consistent, you're done. So I'm saying on my word, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, being real with yourself should be top priority. It really should be top priority. I'm gonna go chill with my cousins, have a great time. We are just in a new era. Like I feel like I've been getting ready for this for a very long time. I was already doing good. Now we're gonna start doing great. Yeah, my hair's in a ponytail because I have way too much hair to be having it down today. It is so hot. I went out earlier for just a little bit to pick things up. Oh my gosh, I'm really tan. My face is not tan. I'm sorry. I don't really care to go out and get new makeup right now. That is not my priority. As you can see, things are going on. By the way, check my email. I sent in the new request June 30th. It is now July 14th. No freaking update. Am I surprised? No. But something will come from this. I promise you. Something will come from this. And if I gotta remind a motherfucker, I will. I will. Hello, everybody. I know this quality sucks right now. I just don't want to turn on the big light. I woke up this morning and it was just yellow. First of all, actually, I was up at like 5 and I heard some raccoons fighting with each other outside my window, and I was like, what the actual fuck? It sounds like actual murder. I was like, okay. Then I woke up later on in the day. My curtains are always closed, and I seen like this yellow hue just shining through. I'm like, damn, the sun is shining. Must be the heat wave. The sun is strong as fuck today. I open my curtain and everything is yellow. It's as if life got a filter on it. Like we're back in the retro days or something. So of course I go straight to Google. What's happening? There was a fire. There was a wildfire in Canada. This is the air right now. The air is dead ass yellow. And it spread all the way to the US too. Most of Canada is seeing this right now. And it's still ongoing. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going outside today. I'm just gonna stay my ass in the house, which I actually was planning on doing anyways. But my cousin Kathy hit me up and she was like, Diana, did you see what's happening outside? Why is the sky yellow? I love how she comes to me. I'm her Google. I'm like, listen, this is what's going down. Yeah, so we're just talking a little bit, but there's so much to still think about. Like, honestly, so my grandma's birthday is coming up, as you guys may know, and my grandma passed away 4 years ago. And the thing that I've been thinking about so deeply is just how I've been feeling over the past few years. It doesn't even feel like 4 years has passed, right? And I remember when I first got the news that she passed away, I was at work, and that day I wanted to go see her in the morning and I didn't. And that is still one of my biggest regrets till this day. That's why I just decided to just keep listening to my body. When my body tells me something, I'm really in tune with my energy. But sometimes I let outside factors like work or whatever the case may be kind of persuade me in a way to not do something that my body tells me to do. So I was at work when I got the news and I sped. It was in the winter time. I sped home. I had to go pick up Kathy, so I sped the whole way. I was crying the minute I heard it. And even at her funeral, I was crying a lot. After her funeral, I was crying a lot. And my family was like, damn, like, I never seen you cry like this. Like, we wonder how you're gonna be when your parents pass away. The next few years goes on, and just seeing like everybody kind of moving on. I know that we didn't really move on from it, but what else is there to do, right? But just seeing how easier it gets. I don't really think it's easy. I think everyone's just trying to be strong for each other. But you know, I think this year that is coming up, I'm finally starting to understand it. You know, like, I lost my grandma in the physical world, but she's always here. You know, I've had dreams about her, all these things, and I could feel her energy just being there for me, supporting me during times where I do feel alone. All the times I cry by myself or I'm upset and have kept it to myself. She sees more than she's seen before while she was here. You know, of course I would want her to be physically here, but just knowing that her energy, her spirit still lingers, still is around, makes me feel very comforted. I lost my grandma, but I gained an angel who is protecting me even more, right? And like I told you guys, my grandma's like the kindest person on this earth, who was on this earth. Sorry, I've never seen a person like that in my life. Just so composed, so strong. That's why I do what I do, you know. And my grandma had a lot of kids and a lot of grandkids, just a huge family, you know. But all she really wanted was change, and that's why I heavily care about that. That was something that she wanted, and she was going through a lot of things. She was really sick, but she really cared about everybody else before herself. And again, she's one of those people who I could look at and be like, damn, that's why I am the way I am, you know. A strong person, a kind person. So this time around, I could be more at peace, because obviously I've been thinking about her all the time. I pass the cemetery, I hear a song, I go to my grandma's house, feel her absence, you know, just anything. And you know, yeah. But I love her. I know she's flying high, and just in a better place. And I just appreciate her still being there. But recently too, I showed you guys that I went to watch Toy Story with Susanna, and I think that that movie, everything connects. Toy Story is just already like a very important movie for me already. So the new one, I don't want to spoil it, but it really showed me a lot of things in my life. You know, I'm watching it with my bestie who has been there for me through everything, who treats me like a normal person, you know, not like the situations that I've been through. Like literally, I just want to be treated like a fucking normal person. But she's just always there for me. And, you know, I told her that she really helped me with my healing process because of just the way she treats me and the things she talks about sometimes, you know. I listen to understand, right? So, you know, sometimes I come home and I think about the things that she says, and then I'm like, damn, there are things that I'm going through that I really don't deserve. And just having you in my life, there are people out there who could treat me good, you know. So yeah, and I never have to say a word. I never have to say what situation I'm going through. It's just she says things and I reflect on it, you know. So I really appreciate that. But Toy Story 5, Bonnie just wanted some real friends, somebody who aligns with her, somebody who gets her, you know, not just any regular friends, people who understand her, people who care about her, you know. And I've been thinking about that too, and I'm like, damn. And me and Susanna cried during that movie too, so that meant something to us, right? Just a lot of things, you know. When I sit here and you guys might see me popping my shit and whatever, don't forget that I'm still human, and obviously, like, I've let go of things, I forgave people, but of course there's always that disappointment. I've been humble for a long time, you know, and I feel like that's also why people treat me the way that they do. Sometimes I'm just like, damn, like, I gotta pop my shit 1-2 times so people don't think that my humbleness is just me being dumb. I'm not trying to be an arrogant person. Sometimes you gotta show people, yes, my confidence is silenced. I don't have to pop my shit like that, you know. Like, of course, like I told you guys, this is my channel, I talk about my life, you know. I give myself a 1-2 compliment sometimes, but I also know that the reality isn't just pretty stuff, not just like all good. I gotta coexist with my bad stuff too, my flaws, my shortcomings, whatever. So that's why living in my truth is important, because if you just see everything as all good, you're also being really naive. But if you see everything all bad, you're being really like negative. You gotta see everything, you know. But yeah, don't want to like seem like I'm coming off as an arrogant asshole, but at the end of the day, when you've been humble for a long time, and I even look back on some of the things that I used to post on my community posts, just seeing, bro, I really been hurting, and I didn't tell nobody what the fuck it was. I just was telling people, hey, I'm hurt, but thanks for being there for me. And I could sit back and appreciate the presence people had in my life. I can appreciate the good moments. You know, sometimes I still think about it and I smile and I'm like, oh, that was a fun moment. But I feel like I'm in a place in my life where those type of things, yes, it's cool, but it gotta come with some respect as well. I gotta feel like people are reciprocating the energy I'm giving them, or else I'm gonna feel drained, or else a lot of the times I realized, sometimes I think I'm being awkward around people, but no, it's just my energy. My energy is telling me, don't say too much. Don't tell people your blessings. Don't tell people the things that you're going through. It's like I literally have to dim myself so other people can be comfortable with me. And why would I ever want to live like that? Had a very small circle. Like, I don't even know if it was a circle anymore. A dot, whatever. So I really thought that I got it right this time. And it's like, okay, I won't have to go through this again. It just seems like a pattern that I have to keep going through, and that's unfortunate. And of course, it's something that, you know, fucking hurts my feelings. Of course, like I said, we're gonna be straight. The universe is very like weird, because it's like backing me up on this. It's like, okay, you know what, like your body needs to adjust to this change, but you're doing the right thing. Because I am so humble, I never look at people like they're envious people or people who look at me and think anything, right? But there are signs, obviously, that I just choose to ignore, but usually that is why my relationships with people end. And that sucks, because Again, I always have to dim my light so people can feel comfortable, but still, people are in a secret competition for some fucking reason. And that's why I'm like, bro, I just pay attention to myself and not on some egotistical shit like people be doing. I am always versing myself. I'm competitive with myself. Unless we're playing a game or something, okay, I might be competitive, but I'm just competitive with myself. I'm not competing with nobody else. So sometimes when I take a step back and I see that people just be in your life sometimes just to jack your strength, just to try to find a life hack on how to fix their life, which, okay, the whole thing is change, right? But people cannot change if they haven't learned it for themselves. They can't just jack your advice, jack all these things. It's something you actually have to learn and go through, you know? So a lot of times, you know, way back in the day too, like, I'll just realize people will come to me for advice, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, like, you trust in my advice. But the whole time it was more than that. Where'd you get your clothes from? Where'd you do this and that? Oh, how did you do this? Oh, how did you start doing YouTube? Oh, how did you? And it's like, we could all win, right? Those two things can't exist at the same time. You can't be hating on me but also jacking my shit. And that's why, you know, like, sometimes you really gotta see, like, do people have their own identity? That's why I really care about realness, because it's like, if you're not real, then the whole foundation is false. You're just pretending to be who I am because you think that'll be easier for me to accept. You're making it an illusion. Now it's an illusion. And like I said, I'd rather somebody be straight up malicious than somebody who just sits around and, like, oh, takes little fucking notes. Okay, how should I act? Just be yourself. And there are people in my life who has gone through the same things as me, handled it different ways, reacted it different ways, all these things. You know, we're trying to grow, so it's a whole process. Like, that's their process. I went through some dark times where I had to just confront myself and be like, yo, this is who you are. This is who you are. This is your truth. This is your life. This is the shit you're going through. And I just don't pretend. There's a time in the beginning, all the time, where I always feel like people are coming as they are, but then they start morphing into this falsified version of themselves. After that, it's just hard to overlook. I don't know, just too much to think about, but just wanted to give you a little piece of my mind, because honestly, like I said, I'm not going around everybody telling them this shit. I feel like this is an actual outlet for me. This is not for validation. This is not for somebody to give me a pat on the back. This is to help people grow. This is to help people change and to know that they're not alone. But also, this is for me. This is for me to have an outlet to speak about shit, because as you guys can see, every time I needed somebody, they just made me feel like shit for it. And I would never be like, oh yeah, like, I need you all the time. Like, you can only focus on me and that's it, and nobody else, and blah, blah, blah. Like, when I really, really need people, that's when I'll say something. Sometimes I don't even, you know, and sometimes people offer to be there and they just don't show up, and then they make me feel bad for it in the end. You know, I just learned how to stand alone and just to deal with shit alone, and this is not who I want to be. Even, like I said, being strong is exhausting, but it has become a pattern in my life where I realize, yo, like, I really can't depend on nobody for nothing. I can't rely on nobody for nothing. So I just gotta do that shit. I just gotta deal with it. But I already know that that's not how I should live, and there are people currently who are already showing me that they are there. So, you know, it gives me hope and all that, so that makes me happy. In the end, you know, it's not about the quantity of people. I've already learned that so long ago. Like, in grade 8, I already learned that it's not about the quantity of people you have around you, you know. It really is just the quality. And, you know, a lot of people might think that I have beef with them. I don't have beef. I don't give a damn to have no beef. But did you have beef with me this whole time that you were around me, acting like shit was cool when it wasn't? Maybe. But I don't even want to think about that anymore. Like, I don't have beef with nobody. I might talk about a story here and there. I already let it go. I already forgave. Without the apology, with the apology, whatever. There's no beef on my side. So if you are out here thinking there's beef, you're still on that bullshit. Like, you're really still on that bullshit. Because people are allowed to be hurt by your actions. That don't mean beef. People are allowed to go on a different path. That don't mean beef. People are allowed to have some distance. People are different. Some people need distance. That don't mean beef. But the malicious things people do, the gossiping, the laughing of people's situations, manipulation of the truth, that just seems like you got beef, but you got one-sided beef. One-sided beef is fine, because I ain't giving my energy into that. I'm really just sitting here thinking about shit for myself. Just let it all out, process what you gotta, and just move forward. You will have great moments, and that's great. But thanks for listening to this deep-hearted conversation, you know? Because days are different. You feel different every single day, you know, until you just don't give a fuck no more. Letting go doesn't mean you don't give a fuck, right? Letting go just means access denied. You learn as you go. I don't know. It's just hard to explain to people because there was a time in my life where people would tell me things and it didn't clock to me and I didn't understand it. And then I understand it now. You know, it's all a process. So just keep it in your mind, I guess. You might not understand it now. You'll understand it later. And that will be the moment.